Sleeves are going up. Sleeves are going up because this is serious. This is serious. So it is the time of the year that everyone in Hollywood comes together to celebrate the last year of cinema. And this year, well, Sunday is turning into possibly the most controversial night of the Hollywood calendar, with no host, many hosts dropping out, with directors of certain films being questionable in their acts and their life, stuff. Don't really want to get into that. We're about movies, not controversy, but also other films, and there's just a lot of mess going on around the Oscars. I don't like it. I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to talk about films because I don't like dealing with the controversy, and I also don't like that certain actors and great performances have been buried due to other people tainting the films. So that was, of course, mentioning Bohemian Rhapsody with that. So I'll mention that later on, but that's it. We're talking about the films, not the controversy. I'm very excited to find out who they've got hosting it, or the amount of people they have hosting it, because I think it'll be interesting, and it's definitely a must watch because I've no idea what they're going to do for the Oscars this year. But let's talk about the films. Let's talk about the actors. Let's talk about who I think the main 7 awards are going to go to. We're going to talk about the main 7. That's Best Actor, Best Actress, Supporting, in both Animated, Director, and of course Best Picture. All the other predictions for like documentary and documentary short and short film, all those other things, they'll be going in the little bar underneath the video. So, dun 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 dun, 2019 Oscars. Let's do it. There's my musical intro for you. Let's start with a pretty huge award. Okay, we're going to start with Best Actor. And there's a big list of people there. Well, there's 5 people, but they all have just been great in their films. I mean, Christian Bale is definitely up there. I almost put Christian Bale, just the amount of plastic that's on his face and prosthetics just does a great job, kind of reminiscent of that of Gary Oldman from the year before. And in the movie he is so dry, and you really get an idea of how boring this guy is, Dick Cheney, that he plays in Vice. It was very interesting but close, but I think Rami Malek just pips him. Rami Malek, of course, playing Freddie. I completely forgot his name. Freddie Mercury. I had Krueger. I just could not get Krueger out of my head. Guys, there's a lot of names in my head right now. No, so Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury just kills it. He is amazing in the film, sorry. And even though Bryan Singer, he is does questionable things in the past which have caused the controversy around Bohemian Rhapsody, which is extremely unfortunate because his performance is amazing. And so that's why I think they're still going to give it to him on Sunday. So let's go to the Best Actress Oscar, and it's a big one. Really hotly contested this year, with Glenn Close doing really well in the run-up to the Oscars and sort of Golden Globes, BAFTA area. But I've got to go with Olivia Colman. Olivia Colman won the BAFTA. I'm pretty damn sure she's going to win it on Sunday. Her performance in The Favourite is hilarious, refreshing, odd. It's just all the things you want, and I love the idea of her winning it. Olivia Colman's speech at the BAFTAs was hilarious as well. Now, I really love for her to give a speech at the Oscars as well. I think it would freshen things up. Best Supporting Actor. This was the easiest one for me. Really easy. I had a look at the field. There's some great actors in there, don't get me wrong. Mahershala Ali is wonderful in Green Book, and even though there's a little bit of controversy around Green Book at the moment, I'm not really listening to that. Again, it's about the movies and the art behind the movies, and Mahershala Ali just knocks it out of the park every time. Moonlight, he's also in Spider-Verse. It's unrelated, but I like bringing it up. And won for Moonlight, of course, and I think he's going to win for Green Book. He is very much the bridesmaid. He hasn't had a lead Oscar yet. So let's go to the supporting actresses. And the supporting actress is, again, really unsure about this one. There's a lot of people in the mix. Emma Stone could definitely potentially win it. Definitely with her performance in The Favourite. But for me, it's Rachel Weisz. I do think they're going to do the 1-2 that they did at the BAFTAs, having Rachel Weisz from The Favourite and then also having Olivia Colman from The Favourite in the actress category. That's my opinion. I know it's a bit far-fetched in the new 1-2, but I think they both did phenomenal performances that really bounced off each other very well, so I'll give it to them. Now we'll go and talk about the animation and the animated films. It's been a really good year for animation. Sometimes they have some hits and misses, but it's been a really good one with Wreck-It Ralph, You've got, of course, The Incredibles 2 in there. Isle of Dogs was beautiful early in the year, but the one I think is going to win it is Into the Spider-Verse. It's such a gorgeous type of animation, and I've already talked about it so much in my top 10 video, which you can check out in my channel. Just check it out below, you can see it there. My top 10 video, spoiler alert, it's in the top 3. It's pretty high up there. I think it's incredible, and that's why I think it's going to win the Oscar. It deserves it so much. Best Director. Best Director was really hard, the Best Director category, because there's so many good ones. Yorgos Lanthimos doing a phenomenal job. Of course, Alfonso Cuarón. I looked at the board and I ended up sticking with Alfonso. He has won everything at the BAFTAs. He's won at the Golden Globes as well, and I think it's his year. Alfonso Cuarón to win the Best Director piece for Roma. Roma is also the film I think will win Best Foreign Film. I'm really not sure about Best Picture. Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. That worked alright, didn't it? So, this is the moment you've been waiting for. This is the Best Picture prediction. I think it comes down to 3 movies. Of course, they pick a lot of different movies, so you at least have kind of one to root for. You've got Bohemian Rhapsody, Star is Born, Green Book, Black Panther, Blackkklansman, The Favourite, Roma, and Vice. Those are the 8 films nominated this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm intrigued to see which way they're going to go with it. For me, I think it comes down to Green Book, The Favourite, and of course Roma. The reason I say Green Book, a lot of people probably disagree with me. I think it'd be a dark horse to take it. So such a wonderful story about love and friendship, and it's very relevant. I know there's controversy surrounding the story and how it's unreliable, but again, it's an adaptation. And I think it's a really sweet story. It shows a story from both sides. So I'm tempted to go with Green Book, but I think I've got to go with Roma. In fact, screw it. No, screw the safe bet. I'm going to back Green Book to win the Oscar. Roma, I think, is the safe bet because it's a technical marvel and is stunning. But I'm going to go Green Book. The Favourite could definitely get it as well. Genuinely, it's called The Favourite for a reason, and it could definitely take that Oscar. But I'm going to go Green Book. Out of the blue, see what happens, and it might win the Oscar on Sunday. Who knows? I know that the show is going to be incredible, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be incredibly awful, or it is going to be incredible. Do prepare for some awkward speeches, and also prepare for some very odd segments with whoever they get to host. It's going to be fun. It's going to be something, and I'm very excited to see which way they go. That's it from me, Kieran. That's it from my wonderful blazer, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy the Oscars, of course. Let me know what you think of them below. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what your predictions are as well. See if you can outdo me. As I say, this is just my opinion. I'm seeing what happens, and I'm very excited for the Oscars. They're pretty much unpredictable. Have a good week. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys soon. Like, subscribe, all those things. Thank you.